पोडियम तो दिखना चाहिए, बोतल भी थोड़ा दिखनी चाहिए। ये भी हो ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ। कर दिया हमने सेट। अब नहीं आएगा रिफ्रेश, तब सेट हुई है। एक जगह गए थे, वहाँ पे जब
Okay, students, pay attention. So this sheet will be circulated amongst you in the middle of the session. You have to fill in your details. There is no need to talk while doing that. It is an individual session, not a group feedback. So please don't start talking when the sheet is circulated. Just silently fill in your details and pass the sheet. Okay? Everybody. Thank you. From MBA and PGDM, we already have identified a few people who will ask questions. Okay. So remaining people, if you have not been identified or communicated anything, please don't raise your hand during the Q&A. It is a very short Q&A. The questions and the students have been identified. Thank you. Don't raise your hand.
शेयर मॉडल दे देंगे। थैंक
ऑफिस देने के लिए ना पीछे से
So instructions are clear to these rows. यहाँ से live streaming हो रही है. We want silence. 100% pin drop silence. Nobody will speak. Especially these rows.
कोई भी उसके सामने हाँ बोलो बोलो
All students, please pay attention, especially law, because you came late. This is a feedback form that you'd be required to fill. You're supposed to individually fill this form with all the details, and there is no need to talk amongst yourself while doing that because this will happen during the session, right? So while maintaining the silence in auditorium, please fill these remarks and feedbacks as you're supposed to. The columns are made and everything is right there. Is that clear?
Hello. Hello.
Everybody keep your pens and notepads and anything you require to make notes through the session handy. We don't want you to rattle with your bags every now and then during the session. We have to maintain pin drop silence. Okay, we are about to start in the next 2 minutes. Everybody, please take your positions, be quiet. Students, be settled in your seats. Please give a huge round of applause to our eminent guests. Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, and students. Welcome to the Regional Investor Seminar for Awareness, organized by Lloyd Group of Institutions in collaboration with SEBI. I would like to heartily welcome all the team members from NSE and SEBI to Lloyd campus premises. Please give a huge round of applause to our guests. We are privileged to have the team of SEBI with us today. Welcome, sir. We now invite our esteemed guests for the lamp lighting ceremony. Mr. 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐄 Bhatia, the team of SEBI, and our leadership from college, kindly join us for the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. Students, some of the students in the front row can join for the lamp lighting ceremony. Please come. Abhishek, quickly. Thank you so much, everyone. Please wait for a picture. President, sir, please join us for a picture. Sir. Requesting our guests to kindly be seated. We now have a very special green welcome for Shri 𝐒𝐿𝐵 Bhatia, and we request our President, Mr. Manohar Therani, to welcome sir. Please give a huge round of applause. now invite Dr. Mohammed Salim, Director, Lloyd Law College, to felicitate Mr. Amit Pradhan with a green welcome. Please give a huge round of applause. We request Salim sir to again felicitate Mr. B.K. Gupta. I now invite Dr. Vandana Arora Sethi, Group Director, Lloyd, to deliver the inaugural address. Thank you, Saloni. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, faculty, and my dear students, very good morning and a very, very warm welcome to each one of you present in this auditorium today, and a warm welcome to 1,000 others who are watching us on YouTube Live. So the ones who haven't can maybe forward the YouTube Live links to everybody you know. It is my privilege and honor to extend a very, very special warm welcome to Shri Ashwini Bhatia sir, who is the whole-time member of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. So we are truly honored to have you with us today, leading this very important initiative in financial literacy. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Sir will share his insights on the vital role of securities market in India. In fact, in the India's very wonderful growth trajectory that we are witnessing. Mr. Bhatia's extensive experience in the financial sector and his commitment to investor education makes him the perfect person today to guide us through this seminar. We are incredibly fortunate to have you with us, sir. I also take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Amit Pradhan, who is the Regional Director, SEBI, and various distinguished officials from SEBI and NSE, whose efforts in organizing this event is very deeply appreciated. Thank you very much, everybody. We also have with us Mr. Manoj Tharani, who is the President of Lloyd Group, Mr. Mohammed Salim, Director of Lloyd Law College, and Mr. 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐄, faculty members, and students from the management and law department today. I welcome you all. It is my great honor to spend a couple of minutes, which is 5 to 7, to open today's event, which is truly a special initiative organized in collaboration with SEBI and the logistics partner NSE. We have come together for the Regional Investor Seminar for Awareness, which is called RISA, which is a part of SEBI's World Investor Week 2024 celebrations. And today's seminar focuses on the theme, Viksit Bharat 2047, Role of Securities Market. SEBI's dedication, as I have been reading and informed, to promoting financial literacy, to transparency and investor protection is really, truly commendable for the audience and the students who doesn't know about it. As we gather here today, we are all united by a common goal to become informed investors. And that includes me as well. I'm equally looking forward to this information today as you all. And we want to become capable of making sound financial decisions, which will not only safeguard our personal financial interests, but also contribute to the growth and development of our nation, and hence resulting in a Viksit Bharat in 2047. Before we proceed, sir, I'll like to take a moment to introduce Lloyd Group of Institutions to you and to everybody else. Sir, Lloyd Group was founded 2 decades ago, in 2004 exactly, under the visionary leadership of Mr. Manoj Tharani, who is a chartered accountant by profession. He has always been rooted in a very deep commitment to skilling and experiential learning, as you would have witnessed in the last 10-15 minutes, how he talks passionately about skilling the students. So his mission has been to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and the real world skills, ensuring that our students are not just degree holders, but also professionals who are ready to face the corporate world. And his forward thinking approach has helped Lloyd grow into a quality education unit with a very strong focus of employability, and because on his shoulders lies responsibility of not only educating but placing the 9,000 plus students that we have on campus today. Over the years, Lloyd has emerged as one of India's leading institutions, particularly known for our excellence in law and management education. Sir Lloyd Law College is amongst the highest ranked private law school in the country, and we have a very strong reputation in moot court competitions, not only nationally but also internationally. Sir Lloyd Business School is a distinguished institution, and what sets us apart is our industry-based skilling and corporate simulations, which are at our heart of our management education. Sir Lloyd Pharmacy College and Lloyd Institute of Engineering are all driven by the same ethos of a very industry-relevant curriculum that we follow. Sir, as I detailed you earlier, we have a very recent development in the group, which is about development of the Invest India Lab. And it is a state-of-the-art initiative, beautiful infrastructure we have built, but which coaxes the students to actually enter the lab and go through the investor studies. We have actually made it into a center of learning and practical exposure. At the same time, a lot of research going into wise investment. So for today's event, coming back, we are very excited to have participation of 500 plus students who are in this auditorium, along with faculty members from various departments across Lloyd, and like thousands of others who are watching us on the web. It is our belief that each one of you here, the audience, will leave today's seminar with invaluable knowledge, which can actually shape all of our future financial decisions and financial well-being, as I like to call it. So let us take full advantage of this opportunity to ask questions, engage with the speaker, sir, and absorb as much knowledge as we can. I hope you're all carrying your writing pads and pens. Remember that an informed investor is a protected investor, and each step we take towards financial literacy is actually taking us towards a developed nation. In fact, we must all step forward to fulfill the dream of our PM Modi, who has coined this phrase of Viksit Bharat 2047, a vision which is for transforming India into a developed nation by the year 2047, which is the centenary of our independence. We believe that, the foundation of a developed nation is not only technology or infrastructure, but in the empowerment of each individual through financial literacy. And that is what brings us together here. I'm so looking forward to the session. With this, I will like to express my heartfelt gratitude to SEBI and to NSE for making this possible for us, for your continued dedication to investor in education, and also for collaborating with Lloyd Group for doing this very, very important seminar. I once again welcome Ashwini sir and other officials for blessing our campus by your presence, sir. Thank you all, and let's make this a day of meaningful learning and financial literacy. Upwards and onwards from here. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, sir. So before you step up, I'll take a moment before sir puts on his mic to introduce Shri Ashwini Bhatia ji to the audience here. Shri Ashwini Bhatia sir took charge as a full-time member, Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, in Mumbai on June 1st, 2022. Prior to this assignment, Shri Bhatia held the position of Managing Director, State Bank of India. Shri Bhatia handles the Department of Debt and Hybrid Securities, Corporation Finance Investigation Department, Corporation Finance Department, General Services Department, Regional Offices, PQ Cell, RTI, Board Cell, and NISM. Shri Bhatia comes with an experience of over 3.5 decades in the State Bank Group, where he joined as a probationary officer in 1985. Before becoming the managing director in SBI, Bhatia sir served as MD and CEO, SBI Funds Management Private Limited. He has a very wide experience in treasury operations, retail banking, credit investment banking, and asset management. Shri Bhatia completed his schooling from Air Force School, Subrata, Delhi, and did his graduation in physics and mathematics from Dayalbagh University, Agra. He is an MBA from Podar Institute of Management, Jaipur, and the list of credentials to his name are plenty. I would take this opportunity to welcome sir on the stage and enlighten us all. Thank you very much, sir.
So very good morning to all of you. When you speak to youngsters, you feel rejuvenated. And I did my schooling in 1980, my graduation in 83, my post-graduation in 85. Na to mutual fund hota tha, na SEBI hota tha. And the big joke is this, that when we joined the bank in 1985, we were 24 of us for Delhi Circle, about 400 joined. And everybody was asked, what would you like to become? So 23 out of 24 said, we'd like to become Chairman State Bank of India. Okay, obviously ambition hota hai. And the opportunity is actually there to become chairman. And there's one person, who said he was a bachelor, he wanted to go overseas. The posting it used to be called IPTO, India-based trainee officer. So you had to go out as a bachelor. उसी बेचारे की वहाँ पे पेंट उतार दी कि you have no ambition, your juniors are going to become seniors, they'll become chairman, and you'll just be a guy who wants to go out and who wants to migrate. And as luck would have it, the one person whose ambition was met was this guy. He became an IPTO. 23 of us did not become chairman. Okay, and who knew that I would? उन दिनों में mutual fund नहीं होता था. I became MD of SBI Mutual Fund, and उन दिनों में SEBI भी नहीं होता था. Today I'm standing before you as a whole-time member of SEBI. So India is a land of opportunity, as Professor Arora just said, and of course we are growing very, very fast. At a philosophical level, I can also say this, and very often my first question is, do you save or do you invest? And at a philosophical level, I can say, please invest in yourself. People invest in land, they invest in gold, they invest in shares. But if you've invested well in yourself, then you are set up for bigger things in life. And actually, the opportunity is very, very big. And I must also mention right now that as I speak, of course, all of you know that this year, the Nobel Prize for Economics went to 3 professors. And those 3 professors researched institutions, public institutions. And it found out that those countries that have better institutions over a long run perform better. So there's a town on the border of India, of US and Mexico in the state of Arizona and North Mexico. So north part of the town, now just imagine, geography is same, people are same, climate is same, latitude, longitude, sab kuch same hai, but the northern part of the city does well. The southern part is a mess, because the northern part, it's part of Arizona, democratic institutions, rule of law, where contracts can be executed. The southern part, it's run by the mafia. There is crime, there is murder, there is no law and order, and it's a mess. And it's all because of institutions. So I think, I mean, I've been in SEBI now for about 2.5 years. Institutions like SEBI, RBI, NAFRA, all the regulatory institutions, they built up the capacity of the country. And as you would see, the theme of my talk is from personal saving to investment. And you guys are also lucky. आपके ऊपर तो इतना डेटा लोड है, you know. डेटा लोड कैसा? आज मैं स्टारबक्स पे कॉफी पीऊं, आज मैं कैफे कॉफी डे पे पीऊं, or do I go to some chai wala and all? How many of you have had coffee in the last 2-3 days? Very big number. 100 रुपए, 200 या 200 रुपए कप? More, maybe 400, 300. Big amount, right? और चस्का हो गया वो बिल्कुल सारा का सारा, right? And we were very lucky. Those days in 83, 85, nobody went to stock markets. But today, and I'll give you the numbers, F&O has become a national pastime. Everybody wants to trade. Everybody thinks he can make quick money, right? The ecosystem has grown phenomenally, right? So people are not investing, but they are trading. They're speculating. You know, speculating has become a very, very big problem for us. And if you have recently read the studies of SBI, of SEBI, sorry, वो interchange हो जाता है. If you have read the reports of SEBI, 93% of the people make losses. Okay, 1% make 99% of the profits. And the largest institution made about 8,000 crores of profit. Okay, youngsters make more losses. Women amongst the youngsters make less loss because they are not into it. And it is historically seen that women are better investors. Women, give yourself a hand. Women are not there at all. They don't invest. But historically, we have seen, I was just talking to Professor, and I asked her, are you an investor? And she said, no. Then I said, do you invest in land, plot, flats? He said, yes. Do you invest in gold? Yes. They're investors. My grandmother passed on gold to my mother. It's now come to my wife. And my mother bought gold at 100 rupees a tola. और आज कहाँ पे है? 76,000. ठीक है ना? And today if I tell her, आज बेचते हैं 76,000 में, कल 75,000 पे खरीदते हैं. What will be the answer? खाना नहीं मिलेगा मुझे. पक्की बात है, right? Similarly for your house, this is the same thing that happens. So please understand, I'm just trying to introduce the whole piece to you gradually. This is my story, the way I look at it. Let me ask you a question first. How is the Josh? How's the Josh? Oh, once more. How's the Josh? In the end, I'll ask you another question and then you tell me the answer. Okay? So we start with this serendipity. I love to start my presentation with this word because it means a chance occurrence. And the chance occurrence this morning is this, that I speak before you in the state that I graduated, and I'm also speaking in the week which is called the International Awareness Week. As I speak, the markets are also very close to the peak. The market capitalization of the Indian economy today, the market capitalization of the stock market today is around 460 lakh crores. right? In May this year, we crossed $5 trillion market capitalization. We are the fourth largest stock market in the world after US, China, Japan. We are today the number 4. We are one of the most efficient markets in the world. So early last year, we changed our logo to reflect the changes that are coming about in the nation. So the logo on the left-hand side was our first logo. It was done on the table by the chairman, Mr. G.V. Ramakrishna, an IAS officer, who was our chairman. उन्होंने बैठे बैठे अपना ये logo बना दिया. But then last year we changed this to make it little more forward-looking, a little more modern, and to reflect the changing times. But the important thing is, people said, Mr. Bhatia, this looks like SBI. But the important thing is there are 3 parallel lines which are right there, which is the mandate of SEBI. So just look at India as a sovereign, and law students will appreciate that. So at the top, you have the legislature that makes the rules. Then you have the administration, executive, and then you have the government and so on and so forth. SEBI also, for the securities market, we regulate through regulations, we make the laws relating to the capital markets, we develop it or we administer it. And what I am doing today with you, before you, is investor awareness, or we are part of the protection of the interest of the investors. So just understand India the way it is, and SEBI does the same thing for the capital markets. RBI does the same thing for the banking system as a regulator. So just to give you a sense of the Indian economy, the GDP is currently at about $4 trillion or 323 lakh crores. The bank deposits are about 215 lakh crores. The forex reserves have recently crossed $700 billion or 59 lakh crores, right? So 215 and 59, this is something that is managed by the Reserve Bank of India, the reserves of the country, and getting all the deposits. But look at the capital markets. As I said, the market capitalization of the companies that are listed on the exchanges today is 460 lakh crores. At their peak, they had crossed about 475 lakh crores. That is how big the entire ecosystem is. As I speak, today is the last day also of the listing of the Hyundai IPO, right? So again, market capitalization, it will increase to the capitalization by about 1.5 lakh crores. The amount of money in the debt segment is 182 lakhs. And this 182 lakhs includes 48 lakhs that is part of the market of debt in the private sector, that is in SEBI. The balance is with Reserve Bank of India. The total public issues in 13 years is 1,062. The amount raised through the capital markets alone is about 8.5 lakh crores. This year we are going to cross 10 lakh crores. And this 10 lakh includes debt, equity, REITs, in which all the new assets that are actually there. And look at this. The mutual fund industry is today 67 lakh crores. I'll talk about it a little later, but that is one big success story. More and more people are investing there. You'll obviously get to see the numbers. Foreign portfolio investors are at 69 lakh crores. The good part is, pehle hum bolte the foreigners decide the Indian markets. But today, the Indian markets, the domestic investors are much bigger than the foreigners. So if you are looking at 67 lakh crores in the mutual funds, FPIs are 69, add pension funds, add insurance companies, add our own people, and today we are much bigger than the FIIs also. But this is the interesting part, and look at it very carefully, and this is the speculative bit that is actually coming in. Here we are, I'm trying to tell you that cash market में जो daily लेन-देन होता है on the share side, it is about 1.2 lakh crores. And आप बोलेंगे कि तो बहुत ज़्यादा है. Bond में सिर्फ 2-3 हजार होता है, which is a small market because there is no speculative element over there. But the derivatives 420 नंबर ही 420 मिला, ठीक है? But at time जब settlement होता है Thursday को, this crosses 600 lakh crores, 700 lakh crores, which is 2 times the GDP of the country. This is a notional amount. Because आप सुबह खरीदते हो 5 मिनट में पोजीशन स्क्वायर कर देते हो, आधे घंटे में स्क्वायर कर देते हो, 1 घंटे में कर देते हो. The notional value sometimes crosses 700 lakh crores. And this is where all the losses are. So, many people trade today not knowing what they do. How many of you over here trade? Lady, you also. Excellent. You trade F&O. So I'm talking about F&O. Who trades F&O? Who trades F&O? 1, 2, 3. Kitni pocket money hai? And what do you trade? Can you explain maybe for everybody's knowledge?
Actually, I trade specifically not futures but options, and that too in Nifty 50.
How do you study Nifty 50?
Actually, me and my elder brother takes together, and we generally take the options on Wednesday, and either we get as a loop or we get out as a zero. And probably we get some of the profits.
And your experience has been good?
Yes.
Why don't you tell 500 people unki class lo tum fir aake? But guys, don't trade so much. He must be a multi-millionaire already, where he gets decent amount of pocket money. He doesn't drink coffee. He doesn't enjoy life. Tension में रहते होगे तुम हर वक्त. ठीक है? Anyway, we'll talk about it a little later. But this is the Indian capital markets today. We are number 1 globally in the number of IPOs that are coming up. Number 1 globally, right? Out of 19,000 pin codes, only 31 are left where there are no investors. So it's gone very, very deep. But I'll talk to you about the numbers later. By 27, we could be number 3 economy. Currently, we are number 5 after US, China, Japan, Germany, and then India. Very soon, we'll be overtaking Germany and soon Japan also. Market capitalization, I've already told you, we are number 4. Direct equity in mutual funds has now crossed 24%. Very, very huge amount. Okay. So, this is what used to happen in 1992 before SEBI was formed. All the trading used to happen in that BSE pit. Open outcry system होता था. आपने अगर शेयर खरीदना है तो आपको पता नहीं. You were buying at the day's high and you were selling at a day's low. Everything used to be on telephone, right? Share physically exchange होते थे. They used to go from one place to the other. फिर registry के पास जाते थे. वहाँ पे signature difference होता था. फिर वापस आते थे. And अगर आपको 3-4 महीने में share certificates मिल जाएं, you'd be lucky. Lots of frauds. And today, where are we? Everything has become electronic. Everything has become online. You can trade. You can trade on your phones today, right? All this has happened because everything is technologically enabled. We have truly moved to the digital space. जो इंडिया में हो रहा है वो ग्लोबली कहीं नहीं होता. Let me tell you. Okay, the systems are so efficient. We have the largest volume in the world. We have the largest volume in the world, and it gets settled seamlessly on a day-to-day basis. We have representatives from NSE. Maybe they're the most efficient stock exchange in the world today. The technology is actually top class, absolutely top class. Crores of transactions are processed in microsecond. Settlement happens at the end of the day. It's all very, very good. So today everything is in DMAT. आपने जो खरीदा, जो आप जिस कीमत पे खरीदा, you get it, right? Comes into your DMAT account tomorrow. पहले आपको T+15 में delivery होती थी. Now it is T+1. We have already experimented successfully T+0. And today, we are also in a position to do instantaneous. It's like buying a cup of coffee on your UPI, right? You buy shares, you can get a credit immediately. All that technology today is available. So that way, your money cannot be lost once everything, all your accounts, your DMAT details, your KYC and all are in place. So this is the statistic. One important thing is that the wealth in the Indian markets typically has been doubling every 5 years. Wealth of the capital markets has been doubling every 5 years. So the market capitalization, it used to be close to 70 lakh crores in 2013, is today 464. Demat accounts, 17 crores ho gaye hain, right? The daily cash volume I've already talked to you about. But for a deposit base of 215 lakhs, there are 150 crore accounts. The awareness about the capital markets is not there. That is why we are just at 17.1. For a start, we'll be happy if every family has one Demat account. It has one account where people invest their money and keep it there for the long run. And look at what has happened in the mutual fund industry. AUM सिर्फ 8 होता था, आज 67 हो गया. और आप अगर नीचे देखें, SIP बीच में है. Monthly contribution used to be just 3,000, and today in banks nobody talks about a recurring bank account. Everybody talks about SIP, and every month 24,500 is the amount that is actually coming into the system. And AUM to GDP ratio, which is currently at 20%, global average is about 70. Many countries it is above 100%. So don't be surprised if in 15, maybe 10 years or something, the mutual fund industry is going to be bigger than the banking industry, because financialization of assets is going to happen very, very fast. So I have made plenty of mistakes in life, plenty. One is that I started very late. I started very late because 1981, 83, 85, that's when I did schooling, graduation and post-graduation, and I joined service. Opportunities ही नहीं हुआ करती. तो State Bank में account खुल जाए वही बहुत है. Used to be a pain, opening accounts those days, and we were told, recurring deposit खोल दो, 100 रुपए की वो कर दो, and बाद में कितना वो बढ़ेगा. And you will now realize that today opportunities before you are plenty, so many actually. Okay, and we'll go through it one by one. All right. So I became a grandfather around 4 years back, and I said, जो गलती मैंने की है या बच्चों ने भी की है, they also started late, let them not make the mistake. So within 2 months of my grandson Jahan being born, उसका म्यूचुअल फंड फोलियो खुल चुका था. और हमने सबको बोला, सोना मत देना, चांदी मत देना, कपड़े मत देना, शगन देना. ओके, और जो भी लंप सम इकट्ठा हुआ, we put it into his mutual fund folio. And same is the case with our granddaughter. Sitara, when she was born, same. Today, 4 years later, the AUM or the amount that is lying in his account exceeds exceeds an amount where he can buy a good SUV. Okay, and my granddaughter maybe can buy a small Maruti. Okay, so their investment journey started. It's going to be a long investment journey. The mistakes that all of us make. But for oldies like us, what was the first product? This is how I started my savings. स्टेट बैंक में बेसिक हुआ करती थी 860 रुपए. ओके, और ये 1988 में after 2.5 years was 7,700 rupees. 7,700 rupees after 2.5 years. My basic was only 860. 10% of 8.33% of the basic used to go into the PF. But this is my first investment. Or the first investment is nothing but a SIP. It is nothing but a SIP because it is disciplined. It is a default saving. I cannot challenge it because rules ऐसे बने हैं कि मेरे account में ये जाएंगे, right? Now, when I retired, this is what I got. I did not withdraw a penny from my PF account, and I retired with about 1.38 crores. You can see that amount there, 4,68,131, plus some more interest for the intervening period. So I got about 1 crore 40. Right? Is 1 crore 40 enough? Huh? To retire today? Yes, no? Crorepati to ban gaye. But it's useless, right? 1 crore 40. But yes, social security अगर देखा जाए तो मेरे को इससे 10 लाख ब्याज मिल जाएगा, थोड़ी पेंशन मिलती है तो गुजारा चल जाएगा. But for my lifestyle, maybe this amount is not enough, right? Now, my second investment was this. I used to be posted in a place called Kota. तो और मैंने अपना खाता खोला था यहाँ पे, and the amount I opened it with a princely sum of 100 rupees. और उन दिनों में PPF में every year you could deposit 30,000. 30 हुआ, 60 हुआ, 70 हुआ, 1 लाख हुआ, और आज के दिन 1.5 लाख. ठीक है ना? So let us see where this has gone right now. This is my current balance. It's touching 1 crore. तो आप बोलेंगे भाटिया जी भी तो करोड़पति थे, अभी 2 करोड़पति हो गए, है ना? But is 2.3 crore enough? Yes, no? नोएडा में 3-4 बेडरूम का मिलेगा मकान? नहीं मिलेगा, राइट? तो पप्पू फेल हो गया, राइट? You cannot rely on fixed income. It has to be a very, very diversified portfolio, actually. Right? And this is the amount that I was trying to show you. अब रोज हर साल 1.5 लाख जाता है. Yet I know it is not, but अकाउंट चल रहा है तो चलने दो. और इसी को ही अगर मैंने इक्विटी लिंक सेविंग स्कीम में डाला होता, so this amount would have actually gone to 3.58. 3.58 plus 1.4, 5 crore. Becomes a little more respectable, right? So instead of going through fixed income, had I gone through the capital markets, the amount would have been far, 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 right? And no extra effort involved. It was only shifting an asset, nothing else, right? But these are the returns. These are the returns that have been there for the last 20 years. So that 2, 3, 4% compounding difference makes all the difference. Right? So if your money was in fixed deposit 7.2, PPF 7.1, silver 8.4, gold, although it has been doing very well over the last 2 years, it gives you only about 10%. Equities have given you about 14. That is what makes the difference. And then people say, my father used to say at least कि बेटा इस बाजार में कभी मत जाना, बड़ी risky है, right? वो बड़ी risky इसलिए because people love to speculate, people buy today, they sell tomorrow. They don't think about the long term. They don't do quality, they don't get into good companies, they get into small cap, they get into SME, they get into all of those kind of things without studying or researching. And equity markets are very, very volatile. ये 14 को बनी थी ये presentation. Today we are on the 17th. On that day, the market had gone up, right? For 3 months, right? The market has given only 1.6% returns. But that is the very nature, right? There are events, there are political events, there are economic events, there are geo, which is not the right. ये तेल हो गया, ये ईरान हो गया, ये इराक हो गया, ये इजराइल हो गया, ये गाजा हो गया, ये बेरूत हो गया, ये यूक्रेन हो गया. They have actually no bearing over the long run, right? So over 12 months, 28% return we get, right? And this is the 20. So you had economic crisis, you have new government, you had old governments, new presidents, old presidents, American elections, war. So many things have happened. But this is the long-term trajectory of the capital markets. If you are in quality, if you are in good shares, this will actually be your return. There's something that I really wanted to talk to you when I said that my grandchildren already have this. They are getting the benefits of compounding from the very, very start. All of you who do not invest, please have a look at investments. Please try to understand which companies you should get into. Try to understand what are capital markets. Start your investment journey as fast as possible. But the second line is very interesting. He who understands it earns it. Right? Right? Because the money that we get on loans, it comes to us every month. Interest is applied every month. But the money that we give to you on deposits, the interest is quarterly. Right? You can understand the benefits of compounding that way. Right? And this is also very interesting. So if all of you, if I say please invest today in this stock, right? Mr. Thairani talked about Suzlon. So assume 5 of you invest in Suzlon today. 10 years later, if I ask 500 people here, the outcomes will be different. You may sell it in 2 days, yeah, मुझे 2 दिन में 5% मिल गया. Somebody may sell it in 1 month, कि मेरे को 5% loss हो गया. But anybody who holds it long term, who studies it, may get huge capital appreciation or loss. Right? You've got to study a company well. उसके क्या profits हैं, क्या losses हैं, क्या management है, क्या governance है, macroeconomic environment कैसे है. Based on that, you will actually invest. So the time frame matters, temperament matters, conviction matters. You buy a home, right? What was the price of your house yesterday? आप बताइए, पता है ना? What was it last month? नहीं पता, because you're going to live in it and it's going to appreciate 20, 30, 40 years. Ma'am, your gold, what was the price yesterday? You're not aware. But 20 years from now, when your grandkids or your kids get it, it's going to be significantly higher. The time frame matters, the conviction matters. What is this? Let's have some guesses. What is 0.02? .02% is the interest that you earn on a bank deposit on a daily basis. And then, after 3 years, when you go to the bank with a 10,000 deposit and get 12,500, you're very happy. That's what happens in a bank deposit, right? But when you get into equity markets, you want your money to double tomorrow. Double yesterday ki bhai mere ko jaldi jaldi se do, logon ko patience nahi hai. That is why the conviction matters, the time frame matters. Okay, this is very, very important. If this 0.02 becomes 0.03 or 0.04 in a capital market scenario, the outcomes are phenomenal. Okay, and this is what you need to become a crorepati. If you start today at the age of 60 with 1,581, at 10% will make you a crorepati. If you want to become a crorepati in 10 years, you'll have to invest 48,000 at a 10% rate of interest. This is the time value and the benefits of compounding. So the more time you are in the market, the better it is. Okay. They're very interesting. Warren Buffett started when he was just 14 with $5,000. और पहले 30-40 साल में तो पैसे ही नहीं बनाए उसने. But he never paid out dividends. He just kept investing. Of course, he's written books. He's the guru. He's the Lord, whatever you may say. Invests only in few companies, good companies. Exit नहीं मारता, dividend भी कभी pay नहीं करता. और जब exit मारता है, it makes news. Like he recently sold Bank of America. Right? And unless he understands, he does not invest. So he missed the Amazon bus. He missed Tesla. He missed all these technology companies. So he says, वो business model कैसे आता है, valuation कैसे आता है, मुझे समझ नहीं आती. Please understand this, all of you youngsters, right? These are the 3 mistakes that all of us make. We don't compound early, we fear volatility. Markets are volatile, but as I showed you the graph, over a long run, they are not volatile. If the economy is doing well, if the company is doing well, they generally have economic cycles, may ups and downs, but they don't fall under. There are so many groups that we can actually talk about there, right? So all of you who are getting into their working thing, right? Now you are in your 20s, you have just got your job. Right hand will be your balance sheet. You'll have a bank balance, you'll have some investments, you generally have no liabilities. I'm not talking about motorcycle loan and car loan and all of those kind of things. This doesn't happen very, very fast. And the amount is very, very small. Now, 30s, some responsibility, you get married, and the first big commitment that you actually make is a home, right? So on your liability side, you will have a home loan. On the asset side, you will still have some stocks, some bank deposits, and you will have a home, right? Into your 40s, the next big thing that you take is your education loan for the kids. The housing loan becomes smaller, and again, home deposit investment. This is what your balance sheet should look like. When you are in your 60s, a guy like me, again, you should be at your 20s. You should have no liabilities at all, and you should have only assets, but the assets should actually be diversified. You should not have people invest only in property. People invest only in gold. Some youngsters do only crypto these days. Crypto तो हमें समझ ही नहीं आता क्या है, right? So you need to have a very balanced portfolio or a set of asset classes when you actually quit. So again, this is a lesson. So look at the risk from left to right, green to red. Okay. So when you invest in the capital markets or through the mutual funds, the least risk is in the index funds, and the maximum risk is in the small cap or in the SME, as in mutual funds, as in real life also. अगर आप इंडेक्स में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं या ETFs में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, because it's a pool of companies, the risk is much lower, right? Large cap में इन्वेस्टमेंट करोगे तो थोड़ा रिस्क उससे ज्यादा होता है. Large cap would be companies that constitute the index, BSE or NSE or the top 100 companies. The large and mid cap, ELSS, multi cap, and so on and so forth. Similarly, there are debt funds also. Even in debt, there is risk. जो overnight funds होते हैं या short term होते हैं, the risk is actually lower, and the duration, the longer it is, 5 साल, 10 साल, 20 साल, you don't even know whether the company is going to survive, right? So there the risk becomes much higher. Now, when you compare banking and mutual funds, so instead of savings and current, you can actually have a liquid schemes. Savings gives you 2.7 or 3%. The liquid schemes give you a little more. Recurring deposit, I have already discussed. I told you that as a product, banks आजकल बात ही नहीं करते उसके बारे में. Nobody likes to do a recurring deposit these days. It all goes into SIPs, and there is a new kind of product that has actually come in today. So when you invest in mutual funds, you pay something called a management fee or an expense ratio, and that expense ratio can be as high as 2% or something. But when you do index funds or when you do passive schemes, the cost is as low as 0.2%. Finally, what is a mutual fund? Mutual fund is nothing but a pooling of funds. The benefits go mutually to everybody. It is a pass-through product where wherever you have invested, whatever is its capital appreciation, less the expenses, all the benefit is yours. Banks may, what is the profit model? You take deposits, you take it at 7, you give it at 10, right? So 3% is your net interest margin. But if the bank suffers losses on account of those loans, then you have to pay for it. Similarly, here also, capital appreciation, if it is there, the entire thing comes to you. Fixed income means the income is assured. Here, nothing is assured, right? We get trapped. बहुत सारे fin influencers हैं. Lots of fin influencers are there today in the market. Double हो जाएगा पैसा 1 साल में, 2 महीने में, ये देखो, testimonials and so on and so forth. Please don't fall for those traps. If it is too good to be true, it is essentially a fraud. It is a fraud. And I'll just try to show you some examples for your benefit. Okay. This is what the gentleman here does, left hand side, जो trade करते रहते हैं. You are the man on the left. Okay, who trades, who's just looking at the screen all the time कि मेरी चवन्नी बनी या नहीं. And the great guy is Warren Buffett, who studies the companies, the balance sheets, the profit and loss accounts, the cash flows, the management, the governance, the board meetings, all of that. And then you get to a good outcome. And remember this, in the short run, nothing matters. When you are an investor, only these three things matter: revenue growth, profit growth, dividends. बाकी वॉर होती रहेगी, पॉलिटिकल इवेंट्स होते रहेंगे, प्रेजेंटेशंस होंगे, सेंटिमेंट्स होंगे, पॉलिटिक्स होगी, इकोनॉमिक डेटा होगा, दैट इज ऑल टेम्पररी. उतार चढ़ाव आते रहेंगे बिकॉज दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ द मार्केट्स. बट इफ यू पिक अप अ कंपनी, or if you pick up an investment or a mutual fund scheme or whatever you invest in, right? All that matters is revenue growth, profit growth, and dividends. Okay, 7 words. If you are an investor, buy good companies, don't overpay, do nothing. एक हीरो होंडा की एडवर्टाइजमेंट आया करती थी, fill it, shut it, forget it. Because those days, I think he cited 70 kilometers to a liter. Bajaj उन दिनों में 20-30 किलोमीटर दिया करता था. The engine was really great. So this is a great lesson. And be a farmer. Don't shout at the crops or don't shout at the companies. कि भाई कैसी कंपनी हो तुम, बेकार हो, तुमने मेरे को रिटर्न नहीं दिया. Don't blame the crops, blame yourself. If the companies are not growing fast enough, choose the best plants or choose the best companies for the soil. Irrigate and fertilize means study and understand the companies. Remove the weeds. If you have a portfolio, जो कचरा है, sell it after a year or two. Do your own assessments as the time passes. Remember, there are good seasons, bad seasons. You can't control the weather, you can only be prepared for it. Tata Group companies, Birla Group companies, economic cycles come, go, ore prices go up, down, petroleum companies, aluminum companies, all of that is going to happen. If the company is good, the management is good, the debt is low, governance is fine, and disclosures are fantastic, I don't think you'll ever make a mistake overall. Charlie Munger was a friend of Warren Buffett, and they used to sit together every year when the conference used to happen at Omaha. The most important line here is in the first paragraph, and do a lot of deferred gratification. And deferred gratification is, मेरे को छोला भटूरा अभी खाना है, मेरे को 5-star होटल में रहना है, मुझे फेरारी चाहिए. If you do what he has just said, you will actually come to the third paragraph. And the third paragraph is, and if you don't want to need a lot of luck, you don't want luck, right? You want surety. You want to go into a game where you are very likely to win without having any unusual luck, right? So be patient, do the right thing, don't be in a hurry, defer your gratification, and your outcomes are going to be very, very good. Obviously, some new products have come. I used to be in a branch in Tamil Nadu, and my number 2 had 2 daughters, and he said, "Sir, every month I buy 2 sovereigns." तो सिक्के खरीदते थे because शादी करनी है. But today there's an option. If you want to buy gold, you can buy shares of a gold company. You can buy shares of a mining company that does gold. You can buy index funds. You can buy ETFs. You can buy sovereign gold bonds. Options are all before you. Or you can buy jewelry. But you know that when you go and sell jewelry, 20% to aapka gaya. Making charges, wastage, polishing and all of that stuff, all the ladies know about, right? So be very, very careful what you actually do. And remember this, all the youngsters, don't overtrade, build an emergency corpus, start your SIPs, check if the product is regulated. If it is in the regulated space within SEBI, not likely that the regulated entity will do mistakes to invite regulatory scrutiny. Right? Otherwise, बहुत scams चल रहे हैं, बहुत सारी schemes चल रही हैं गांवों के अंदर, Ponzi schemes चल रही हैं कि deposit आपका double हो जाएगा. Please don't fall for all of those things. If State Bank or a public sector bank is giving you 7.5% or 7%, anybody who's giving you 12%, that risk for the 5%, you can lose your capital also. Be very, very careful, right? Some videos that we did with NSE, they make a lot of sense. Please listen to them. Right? Why are they not playing?
Hello.
Yeah.
I have not had much luck in trading. So you are not a lakpati. Don't worry and don't hurry. But my friend, investment broker, is very good at trading and all. Will it be okay if I give you my online trading password? Password? You want to share your trading account username password with a trading expert to trade on your behalf? Yes. You love your money? Yes. एक कहावत है. Okay. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. Yes. You want to test this theory with your money? Spoiler alert, it's not coming back. अगर आपका और आपके कॉमन सेंस का डिवोर्स नहीं हुआ होता, your common sense would have told you. Sharing the username password of your demat, trading or even your email is the first step towards the perfect crime. But I am innocent. सारे crime scene पे fingerprints तो आपके ही हैं. किसे पकड़ेंगे? After the law, there will be no investigation. Only standing ovation for your ultimate stupidity. Talia. Username password are like the security guards of your trading account. And after every transaction, an SMS is sent to the registered mobile number. That SMS is like the CCTV footage that tells you what's happening in your account. Keep an eye on the CCTV footage and ensure that the security guards only report to you.
एनएसई द्वारा निवेशकों के हित में जारी.
Hello, Malini, I have not had much luck in trading. So you are not a lakpati. Don't worry and don't hurry. But my friend, investment broker, is very good at trading and all. Will it be okay if I give you my online trading password? Password? You want to? Malini ji. See, stock market में invest करना योगासन करने जैसा है. Very good for you. लेकिन किसी भी आसन को करने से पहले उसे ठीक से समझना जरूरी है. Otherwise, you will end up in सत्यानासन. कौन सा आसन करके पछता रहे हो? Futures and options का. Futures and options, very advanced आसन. उड़ गया पैसा?
As per the SEBI report, futures and options में only 10% traders make profits. बाकी 90% का तो loss ही loss.
Very good. Very good that you have also read the SEBI report on futures and options trading. Correct? Only 10% chances there of profit in FNO. My God.
I know now, but my broker should have known. He could have told me ना, इंसानियत के नाते.
Why इंसानियत के नाते? Regulations के नाते. You have signed the FNO disclosure form and it's a very risky asset class. But you have activated FNO trading on your account. Yes? See, a broker has a showroom of vehicles for your money to go far in. Cycle है, scooter है, family car है, sports car है, and there are some very advanced rockets. Rocket चलाना आता है?
नहीं.
Rocket है FNO. चलाना नहीं आता, इसीलिए rocket नहीं, पैसा उड़ गया. And now you are blaming the showroom. क्या logic है?
मालिनी जी, I am very hurt.
पैसा लगाने से पहले दिमाग लगाया होता, तो आज वेंटिलेटर लगाना नहीं पड़ता. प्लीज सोच कर समझ कर इन्वेस्ट कर।
एनएसई द्वारा निवेशकों के हित में जारी।
This is the end of my presentation. I'd like to thank Mr. Harani, Professor Salim, Professor Arora. Start your investment journey, manage your money well, invest in yourself. That's more important. And I'm also, actually tomorrow I'm going to speak to a big group of housewives. And the theory there is that women are far better investors also. They are patient investors. They look at the long run. When a woman benefits, the family benefits also. They don't have bad habits. Unlike men who do lots of naughty things, they drink, smoke, so on and so forth. They take more risk. They drive cars faster also. Okay. Especially for women, please start your journeys. All of you, I mean, it will be great if every family in the country has at least one demat account. Okay. Trade less, invest more, create wealth, because the wealth that is being created in the country today is phenomenal. As the economy grows, and we are still a developing economy, that Viksit, which we are talking about in 1947, to become a fully developed economy, that is still about 20 years away. So just imagine if the economy keeps on growing at 6%, 7%, the companies that are going to come in, the new listings that are going to happen, the valuations are actually, the market capitalization will obviously keep on increasing. Okay. So again, philosophically, invest in yourself, trade less please, कॉफी भी कम कीजिए, एंड वो 200 रुपए की जगह एक शेयर खरीद लो, अपना खाता खोल लो, and I'm sure over the long run you will be much better off. Thank you very much for the management, the faculty. It's been a delight coming here. How's the hosh? Fail ho gaye. Josh is high, hosh is on your shoulders. Okay. Okay. How's the hosh? On your shoulders, right? I hope you have a lot of that after maybe this presentation. Thank you. I'm open to any questions that you may have.
We will now open the floor for questions, but before that, I would really like to congratulate sir for such a wonderful, awareness-driven session. Please give a huge round of applause. We are all very fortunate to be in this session today, and I wish I was in college and I had gotten something like this.
Start today.
Sir, I invest. Yeah. So now I would like to open the floor for questions. Students, if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
Yeah. Mike.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mike. Acha, okay. You can.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for this informative session. I'm Tamanna Bardwal, PGDM second year student. As we know that youth is one of the pillars for Viksit Bharat. So how can we, the youth of India, contribute to being India's goal of 2047 developed nation? Thank you so much.
Again, this is a very general question. Two things have guided me in my life. Do good and be honest and do the right thing. Okay. And study as much as you possibly can. So maybe you are a management student now. The journey is going to be very long, right? Don't do anything that you're going to regret tomorrow. And there's every possibility that when you get a job, you may be asked to do something that is not right. Have your boundaries very, very clear. I just gave you the example of the Mexican city, right? What does that do, right? What is the difference between the north and the south, right? It's nothing but it's the framework, it's the institutions. I can tell you that the institutions in the country are good, they're very strong, they are robust. Let me also tell you that when I got this job of being a whole-time member, they said that, Mr. Bhatia, you will be 50% of your time will be spent on legal orders. And actually, I do pass about 6 to 7 orders a month. So I'm a judge, I'm a quasi-judicial authority. Now that I've got the opportunity, I try to do what is right for the markets. Okay. And do I have that computer thing here? Internet connectivity, if it's there, maybe somebody can. Have I answered your question? Okay, so the journey is going to be very long. Okay, but simply if you know, sometimes your gut tells you, ये काम मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए. Even if you have to resign, doesn't matter, you'll get another job. But yeah, just do the right.
Yeah. So I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, 93% of the investors in FNO lose money. Again, 90% from 90%. Now they are actually competing against people with technology, knowledge, everything. And these young elite people are losing money. SEBI knows this. They lose 60,000 crores, and only 1% of the people make 90% of profits. So my suggestion and submission is, why don't SEBI conduct an exam that anybody who wants to be future in option should have the knowledge first? Because if you don't give them knowledge, they are competing against technology advanced, knowledge people, and they can never win with them. So as a part of the SEBI, to protect the investors who are coming up now, and they should be full knowledge and they should pass a test. That they know what is P, what is market cap, what is everything which actually affects the future of options. This is my suggestion.
Yeah. So F&O is far more complex than PE, market capitalization, company, and so on. There is Black and Scholes. There are a lot of Greeks involved in the whole thing. And it is today has moved entirely to technology. So we had a board meeting last month. We have announced changes to the F&O framework. So the lot size is now going to increase. It used to be 5 lakhs. It's now going to increase to between 15 and 20 lakhs. The margining is going to improve. And now we have said, आजकल daily settlement, daily expiries हो रही हैं. Exchanges को we have said there will be one expiry for every week. We look at this. If the volumes come down, if the people understand, we'll be happy. But there is much more on the table, including these courses. But let me tell you, the F&O can give you a guidance about futures, options, what is a call, what is a put, what is a straddle, what is a butterfly, all of those kind of things, right? That knowledge will be there with you. But what is happening in the systems, the patterns that change within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour is very difficult, right? So people know. The good part today is that all the people who are doing F&O are doing through algos, and the position gets squared on the same day. So, it is very, very tricky and difficult.
So in these algos also, the people who are at the top, they have these lines.
Yeah.
So they are able to file a transaction much earlier.
Much
than they get. So how do it's not the same.
So again, this is an open market, right? आप सूट का कपड़ा खरीदते हो, वही कपड़ा 10,000 रुपए का और वही आपको 2,000 रुपए में भी मिल जाएगा if you go to a bank. If you buy a sari, the same thing, right? So you yourself have to be extremely aware, quick, fast. And अगर आपको अच्छी कंपनी लेके सोना है, नींद आपको अच्छी चाहिए, please be a long-term investor. If you want tension, if you want BP, if you want sugar, please trade and make yourself tense. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, my name is Pranshu. I'm from fourth year BLLB. So my main question is that how much technical analysis is important for the long run? And does it like really matter that we look into the technical analysis? Like if we have a good study of fundamental analysis.
So, give me 5 minutes. Is it ready? Huh? Okay. So, as a lawyer, I would have expected you to ask some questions on law, but good that you want to trade also. I will just explain it to you. Okay. Can you type screener.in? Okay. Tell me the name of a good company.
SJVM. Try SJVM.
Arey, nahi, good company. Yaar. Reliance. Come to Reliance. Type Reliance Industries. Yeah. Okay. Go to chart. Go to maximum. आप technicals की बात कर रहे हो ना? I'm trying to explain to you technicals, right? Now, this is the chart of Reliance for the last 20 years. Okay? Come to investors. Okay? Now, look at the promoters. 50% hasn't changed. This hasn't changed. Foreign investors. No, go back. Go back. Promoters, yeah. The foreigners haven't changed much. Look at domestic, look at government, and look at the public. And 34 lakh investors hain yaar. This all information is there available with you free of cost. All right? Take second. Another good company? Tata Motors. Tata Motors, yeah. Again, go to chart. Go to maximum. Reliance और Tata Motors में कोई फर्क है चार्ट के में 20 साल?
Sir,
अरे बैठो यार. थोड़ा बहुत होगा, but by and large it's the same. The pattern is the same for the last 20 years, right? Come to investors, right? The promoters have moved from 46 to 42. FIIs are at 20. Domestic institutions at 13. Again, 57 lakhs. Good company. एक और कंपनी का नाम बताइए अच्छी. मेरी कंपनी पे कर लो, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. अरे बैठो यार तुम पहले. Just sit down. Yes, just sit. Okay. Come to charts. Maximum. Same pattern. मैं कोई झूठ बोले? Huh? The charts don't lie. The charts don't lie because this is the combined wisdom. This is the combined wisdoms of the trading of millions of investors over the last 20 years. Come to investors. No change, right? The promoter is Government of India, 57%. FII, domestic, government, public, and all that, right? Now let us come to some crooked companies, जो बदमाश होती हैं. और मैं उन्हीं companies का नाम ले रहा हूँ where I have passed orders recently, right? Can you please type Crescenda, CRESS, yeah, Crescenda Railway Solutions. Okay, chart, maximum. मैं कुछ झूठ बोले? You will see a Eiffel Tower pattern. All right. Now, is this chart line? This is technicals. All right. Come to investors. Come to yearly. Now, a promoter who has only 0.07%, और सब उसने चूना लगा दिया, it has come to the public 99%. Will you invest in the company? This is what is happening, right? When you talk about technicals and patterns, right? Number one, it is an unbiased view about the thing. Technicals can also be 5-minute, hourly, daily, yearly, monthly. You can have Fibonacci, you can have point and figure, all sorts of things are there. There are projections that you can do. Some people follow that. They do not read the newspapers, they do not read the results also, right? So through technicals, you can do projections also. Yeah, last question.
सर मेरा पूछने का ये था कि इतना इनफ है या और डेप्थ में जाने की जरूरत
अरे डेप्थ की कोई कमी नहीं.
मतलब
So some people do technicals and fundamental. Both. It's all up to you. But there are people who are technical specialists who see breakups, breakdowns, right? They do Bollingers, they do standard deviations. It's all up to you. Yeah, next. एक second. One more company that you can see come up, Brightcom, BRIGHT, Brightcom Group Limited. No, Brightcom Group, right? Come to chart. Maximum, Eiffel Tower. Come to investors. 77,000 से 6 लाख हो गए. Promoters निकल गए और पब्लिक को ठोक दिया 70% पे. Okay. Come to Secure, SECUR. Yeah. Come to charts. Maximum. Same pattern. Come to investors. Promoter भाग गया. Shares बेच के. होता है. Right? And these are all companies, I'm saying it openly because I have passed orders in all of these. All people from the legal fraternity, you can please read the orders that have been passed in SEBI also. So look at the number of investors. 738 थे. वो YouTube किया, Telegram किया, and now there are 9,000. Come back to Crescenda. Crescenda. ना कहाँ है? Yeah, okay. Come to investors. Come to yearly. Right? कहाँ 1,000, कहाँ पे 68,000. There are some where shareholding is today exceeding 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs. This is what is happening. So be very careful. जैसे announcement करते हैं, ये order मिल गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. Be very careful and do your analysis well. Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Tanushree Rai. I'm a fourth-year law student. So basically, I started my trading through an intraday.
Intraday.
Exactly.
Very good, trader.
And after that, I found a lot of losses. And while learning, of course, I was in a learning process. And then I went to the long-term investments and then short-term investments. After that, I started investing in different apps like Grow, Angel One, and ICIC Demat account also. But still, I'm not recovering my losses, and I'm getting into more losses day by day.
So be patient. It doesn't matter whether you in Grow or Zerodha or all of these brokers. All that you need is a Demat account for yourself, right? And don't fall in for all the clutter that comes into your inbox and WhatsApp and those kind of things. Do your own independent study. I'm sure if you have started, you will succeed.
Sure, sir. Thank you,
And if you can't do all this, please do it through the mutual funds.
All right. I think if you have questions, please raise your hand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
My name is 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐄, and first of all, we are very honored to have you around here with us. So my question is that, sir, if you see, as you have told that 93% of the people make loss into the market, right? And as a student, like Tanushree also here, that she is also very confused, like where to invest our money. And if we go online and look around, we'll find a lot of frauds, like YouTubers. The first thing we go is the YouTube, right? If you want to learn about investment. And also there are several risks involved. So as a student, I just want to know your strategy that how do you manage your risk while making any investment decisions?
So you're asking the wrong person because I can't invest as a regulator. Okay. But again, it's very easy. There is something called top down. There's something called bottom up. Bottom up means that you choose a company, you study the financials, and then you decide to invest based on past history. कैसे growth चल रहा है. Top down means assume that you're a foreigner. You look at India's economy, India's growth, India's deficit, the growth numbers, look at the industry that is doing well, and within that you pick number 1, number 2, number 3, and then buy a stock over there.
And sir, is there any right platform to learn about investments?
Read newspapers, Business Line, Economic Times. I mean, pick up a few books, right? You will get to know. And there are a lot of good magazines that keep on telling you all of this. But be a good student throughout your life.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Manya. I'm a student of PGDM at Lloyd Business School.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. First of all, thank you for educating us about the current financial situation of our country. As a student, how can I remove financial illiteracy from our society? Because nowadays, people living in villages and towns, even in cities as well, are unaware and uneducated about the new trends of the finance and current financial situation. So, how can we remove this?
It's a very fundamental question, very frankly. How do I remove financial illiteracy?
Yeah.
So it is only through, sessions like these, number one. Otherwise, there is enough material on SEBI side, RBI side, NISM side, and there are enough number of people who are willing to share in the success also. But generally what happens is that because we are capital markets, it's about money, and people also want to make money, the people who are guiding you. Okay, so stay away from those people because उनको कहीं ना कहीं distribution fee मिल रहा है, कहीं पे commission मिल रहा है, right? So stay away from those people. It's a journey. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time, 1 year, 2 years, 5 months, 6 months, and study it well before you actually go in. And a good way to actually start is the mutual funds, right? Once you do a mutual fund, you decide a fund, for example, you'll come to know वो fund कौन से shares में invest करता है. Start from there. Some shares will do better than the others in that particular portfolio.
Okay, we have a faculty question, I think.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, since we are at a position where we know how important institutions are, coming to the role of SEBI, do you think we are at a stage where SEBI's character needs a transformation from being a mere regulatory body to become more of a facilitator? Case in point, Viksit Bharat, the goals that we have, majorly in the field of solar energy and renewable energy and green electricity, we have a lot of small investors in the ecosystem when it comes to that. I mean, even tier 2, tier 3 cities, we have very, very small startups coming up who are making products which are based on solar energy. So, and they are always complaining about the regulatory problems that they face. So, do you think a switch needs to be there?
So, startups don't come under the regulatory framework because they are not listed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all that I can say is that SEBI is evolving regularly, right? So, all the regulation change that happens, it's an ongoing process. And looking at the needs, looking at the challenges, looking at the defaults, looking at the violations, we will keep on changing that, right? We have a developmental role also, and we also have an investor awareness and education role. All of that will be carried on from time to time in the interest of the investors.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I think
ma'am, I had a question. If I may.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Last one. Yes, please.
Sir, thank you, sir. Very good afternoon. That was a scintillating session. Sir, my question is that how does SEBI ensure balance between investor protection and market innovation in regulating new forms of investment securities, such as tokenized assets, as we just discussed, while mitigating risks? So, what are the legislative statutes that the SEBI is trying to interpret and come upon, and the effectuation?
You are going into crypto and tokenization, which we don't understand, which we actually think is a huge risk to the system. If you people haven't even learned what has happened in 𝐒𝐒𝐥𝐥𝐵, 50% of the assets were gone in no time. तब तो कोई सेबी के पास नहीं आया कि भाई हमारा लॉस हो गया और whatever, right? So SEBI is innovating. So for example, recently we changed our regulation to bring in assets above 10 lakhs. People who want to take a little more risk in the mutual funds. So that has been brought about. We are changing regulations for REITs, InvITs. We are making or liberalizing rules for people who invest more than $1 million in private equity, right? Rules for people who invest in ETFs are totally different because उसमें fund manager ने दिमाग नहीं लगाना. So all that is an ongoing process. We are changing that. As far as the innovation, there can't be an organization that is more innovative and who's brought in more technology than us. पूरी दुनिया में T+1, right, has started to happen. We started it 2 years back. We have already gone to T+0. T+0 पे कोई है ही नहीं. Okay. The IPOs get listed in T+3 to reduce the risk and satta that happens in the intervening period. All of these things have happened because of technology and AI.
Sir, can you put some light upon the future frameworks that we might expect?
So future framework is all dependent on public discussions and the needs of the market and investors that may come. And we are watching all over the world कि क्या नया product है, कैसा आ रहा है. There is no product that is not there anywhere else and not over here.
So the key focus is upon the trading.
No, we don't want trading, right? We want investing, right? But then we also can't stop it, right? It's a free India Azad hai. We want people to understand that price discovery is also needed, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. I would now like everybody to, please give a huge round of applause to sir. Also, I would like to request President sir and Vanga ma'am to please come and felicitate sir. Mr. 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐄 has a few things to say. I would request everybody to please stay on stage. I think Mr. 𝐒𝐔𝐁 from NSE has a few things to say.
Okay, so now I will request Sri Jogendra Singh, Vice President NSE, to present a memento and bouquet to Sri Ashwini Bhatia, sir. Now I will request Sri Amit Pradhan, sir, RD Sebi, to present a bouquet and memento to Sri Manohar Thairani, sir, the President of the group, Y Group.
Thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. I would now like to request Dr. Mohammad Salim, Director of Law College, to give us the closing remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. So good to see you all here for a very important program on financial literacy, especially which is coming from SEBI, an important institution which is a regulatory body. And when I see, I was graduating, I was a BCom student at that time when these all SEBI laws came up in 1991, 92. And there was a big scam, a securities scam, because of which these all laws came up. And one of the professors from National Law School, Bangalore, who was the vice chancellor at that time over there, he was the one who brought all those laws in the form of amalgamation, in the form of takeover codes and all that. So I'm thankful to Ashwani Bhatia sir for taking out time, his precious time, for bringing so much of important things which are required for all of us, being elders and all our students over here, be the law students or MBA students, to understand a lot of things about, especially about investment. And this is one most important understanding and learning which all of us require, being educated citizens of our nation. And we are the people who advise a lot of our clients, be the management graduates or the law graduates. We provide a lot of education and a lot of advisory to our clients in the time to come and present day. So it is very important for us to be educated primarily, and to share with our clients and our friends and family that how everybody have to be investing, and at the same time have to be very safe, and all those attributes which sir has discussed today. Thank you so much, sir, for all your time and guidance in this perspective. Thank you so much, Amit sir and V.K. Gupta sir, for being here and giving your time to our institution and students. Thank you so much, everyone, for such a nice and great gesture and great opportunity to learn from all these elders and stalwarts. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would kindly want to invite Sir and the SEBI and NSC team on stage for a group picture, and I would request all the faculty members and the leadership to please come on stage and please get a group picture. I would also like to request a few students to join us over here. All the faculty members, please join. Thank you so much, everybody, for your participation today.